Large, it's also one of a kind. It is a 45-block area of over 500 homes of Gothic and Victorian architecture, and no two are alike. They're all different. Over here on the right-hand side behind this fence is one of the original residential homes for a sugar plantation farm right here. This is the original gate for that sugar plantation. Also, the White House here on the corner is part of the Gothic homes. It's a one of a kind, and all down the street. It's a 45-block area of over 500 homes. Now let's talk about the history of Lincolnville. Let's go back to June of 1964. A lot of things were happening in the U.S. at that time with regards to the Civil Rights Movement, and Lincolnville was no exception to the rule. Lincolnville had a guest that came to town. His name was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he brought with him a friend of his by the name of Jackie Robinson, a great baseball player, Hall of Famer. Well, up ahead of us here on the left-hand side, there's a little yellow church where Dr. King, Jackie Robinson, and several other folks got together. They planned, structured, and formulated a peaceful march to put all through the streets of Lincolnville to St. Augustine and over to Bay Brown. On the nights that Dr. King stayed overnight, he stayed at the big White House up here on the right-hand side. There's a plaque at the main gate with his picture on it that tells us a little bit about that history. He could only stay one night in any one place for fear of his life. He was always on the move. Now, we can't stop in the middle of the street and read the plaque, but if you're interested, just drive over here, park your car, and walk around. There's several historical buildings, such as the white one right here, part of the Freedom Trail. This plaque talks about Lincolnville. Now, folks, up ahead of us here, see a little brown house behind that beautiful tree. There's a star on the wall. This is the Star General Store. This is the general store for 1 square block of historic homes. In order to be classified as a historic home, it needs to be at least 100 years of age. Several homes in this complex date back to the 1700s. Big pink house down on the far corner is actually owned and lived in by Prince Murat. And you say, well, that's really nice, but who was he? Well, he was the nephew of Napoleon Bonaparte, married to the grandniece of George Washington. You purchase a ticket in the general store and self-guide your way through this complex of homes. That's a nice way to go. You don't have to follow the crowd. Dow Collection, Historic Homes. Now, folks, up ahead of us here on the right-hand corner by the stoplight is a beautiful hotel called the Casa Monica. It was actually built in 1888 by Franklin Smith. Remember him, the YMCA founder, the Villas Reda. When he opened this hotel in 1888, he only had 3 registered guests. He struggled for the first season, had to close the hotel and file bankruptcy. It was sold for pennies on the dollar. Guess who bought the hotel? Henry Flagler. Now, he changed the name of this hotel from the Casa Monica to the Cordova and operated for many, many years as the Cordova Hotel. When it closed, however, it sat empty for a while, but in the 1960s, this beautiful building became the St. Johns County Courthouse. Operated as a courthouse from the 1990s, when once again it was vacated and needed a lot of repair, purchased by a fellow out of Orlando, Florida, to the tune of several $1 million. He renovated this building back to its original grandeur of 1888, renamed its original name, the Casa Monica Hotel. Today it operates as a 4-star facility.